Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Podcast, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
Let's take a look at some of the stocks on the move on this Monday. Emily Grafeo is Bloomberg News cross-asset reporter, and she joins us here. Netflix.
One of the top performers in the S&P 500 on a day when the index itself was down more than 2%, and there weren't a lot of places to hide, even in bonds. So they reported a record profit to start the year on Thursday.
Doesn't it feel like a world away?
Yeah.
I completely forgot.
But no one was really paying attention because
everyone was going on vacation.
Everyone was leaving for the holiday weekend. Maybe Netflix was, but traders weren't. So that stock was up higher today. Record profit to start the year. First quarter earnings rose 25%, which beat analyst estimates. And the company also said that it's seen no impact on its business from the tariffs or the market volatility that has followed. So perhaps this is a safety kind of hedge
As
play.
Bloomberg Television's Alex Steele said, it's basically, you got to have your Netflix.
I was going to ask
Consumer
Emily Grafeo,
staple?
is it a consumer staple or is it a discretionary purchase? In your view.
In my view.
Yeah, in your view. And just here, I'm going to remind everybody, while you think about it, I'm going to remind everybody.
Survey.
Standard with ads is $7.99 a month.
Yeah.
Standard is $17.99 a month. Premium is $24.99 a month.
You know,
Emily?
you don't need it.
Seriously?
So I'm going to say it's still a discretionary.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, YouTube is free. Sometimes I feel
That's
like
where you
some
can
of
watch us.
Food
so
on the
you're
table,
right.
Netflix.
Yeah.
Food on the table, Netflix.
When it's food on the table versus Netflix,
Okay.
Netflix feels like
When it's
more discretionary. And there's so many
Netflix
competitors.
versus a pair of new shoes.
Oh yeah, maybe you would stick with your Netflix because if you have
Just
that
saying.
subscription already, it's harder to cancel it than like buying a new pair.
Stickier.
It's stickier, yeah.
A little sticky.
Which actually segues into my next stock.
Okay.
You're welcome.
We're talking about canceling. Uber shares were down today as much as 5.2%. They ended the day down 3%, but it seems like a lot of the downside is coming from a lawsuit from the FTC, which alleged in a complaint today that the company charged consumers for its Uber One product without their consent and made it unreasonably burdensome to cancel the service. The agency found users can be required to navigate, get this, as many as 23 screens and take up to 32 actions just to cancel Uber One, according to the FTC statement. Now, Uber said in their response that it didn't take that many steps, but that's what the federal...
It's actually 22 screens and 31.
Yeah.
Only kidding.
Yeah.
Only kidding.
So, I mean... Yeah, that stock was down.
Have you ever tried to do some things, though? And
Wait a second. We should
not
explain
even
what
just
Uber One is, okay?
Oh.
Okay.
So Uber One is like this subscription service that you can get for Uber. You get zero delivery fees on Uber Eats orders that are eligible. It's $10 a month, maybe $96 a year, roughly. And yeah, I mean, I think Lyft has its own version of this too. I have the Lyft one because that's how you get City Bike. So I get a discount on Lyft rides. But anyway.
Yeah, I thought it was
Haven't
interesting.
tried to quit.
Yeah, because, the agency has also recently sued several other companies, including Amazon, Adobe, for making it too difficult to cancel subscriptions.
Yeah.
So I always have my eye on stuff like that.
So
Tesla.
speaking of cars.
Speaking of cars, we have a lot of nice segues today. Tesla fell 5% today. This was its third straight day of declines. Earnings are set for tomorrow. The stock is down 43% year to date, though. And there was a pretty colorful note, we can call it, over the weekend from Wedbush's Dan Ives. He does have an outperform
Who likes
rating.
to wear colorful clothes.
Yes, one of the best dressed sell-side analysts. But he had a note over the weekend that said Tesla's facing a code red moment as it prepares to report its earnings. And he also said that the CEO, Elon Musk, should step back from his work at Doge and refocus his attention on the car maker. And then on a more fundamental level...
But he's still bullish on Tesla.
Yes, he's still bullish, but Tesla also reported...
Can you be bullish and then have a code red?
Ask Dan.
Yeah, I know.
He said,
I love Dan.
why
I
stay
love
bullish?
talking
It's a
with
great
him.
question. We believe Tesla, along with NVIDIA, are two of the most disruptive tech companies on the globe over the coming years.
He also said, Tesla is Musk, Musk is Tesla. Anyone thinks the brand damage Musk has inflicted is not a real thing. Spend some time speaking to car buyers in the US, Europe, Asia. You'll think differently after those discussions. We'll see what, Tesla does after the earnings, but it's heading into this earnings report down 43% year to date. Vulnerable. There's a lot of headlines. There's a lot of focus on, what is Musk's role in the company? Is he distracted with what he's doing at Doge?
Should be an interesting analyst call.
Yeah.
Earnings analyst call after the close tomorrow. Nice segues between them. Well done. Well done. Well done.
The Stock Movers Podcast from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.